Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And I just wanted to go in on this. I was searching through TikTok, and there's like a new thing I'm gonna be doing because I see there's a lot of bugged out Israelites on TikTok, man, where they want to be TikTok preachers and they don't know a damn thing, man. Here it is. You got this brother Rashad Jamal going by Divine Insight 999, and the topic of his skit was why black people are not Hebrew Israelites. First of all, we're not black. Nobody's black on the earth. Black, it means void of light, dirty, filthy, stink, all derogatory and negative things, man. And we are none of those things. It tells you that we are the children of the light, man. Right? We're not the children of the dark, of the night. We are the children of the light, not of the night. Right? And that's spiritual. Right? Nobody's black. That's one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it play because he says certain things, and this brother, he don't make no damn sense, man. For you to even say he never really even, as you can see the comments over here, it said he didn't even prove anything. He just said BS. He just be rambling. Boy, don't know anything, which is true. He said he can't even pronounce. It's right. It's Yaakov. He trying his hardest, right? And it says some black, because when you're black, you're void of light, man. You have not the light of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah in you. Therefore, you have no understanding. This Lord us, I don't know how to pronounce that. He said exactly, this is a fact. You went hard, or they will be mad. Nobody's mad, man. For one. Two, this brother has no idea what he's talking about, man. As you're gonna see in the video. So without further ado, let's play.
Are not Hebrew
led them
Israelites.
out of Egypt, the Israelites, and we know who the Israelites is. The Israel or Israel, because a lot of people, black people and Latinos, keep thinking we the Hebrew Israelites. We no fucking Hebrew Israelites. You know why? Because Israel, where did he get his name? What was Israel's real name? His real name was Jacob, and then he wrestled with an angel and became Israel. Jacob represents Yaakov. There were no Y's, so they put J's, right? I told y'all that Yaakov other name is Satan, Zeus, all right? I told y'all that they spliced the black and brown germ to create these human beings. In the Bible, they tell you about Jacob separating the flocks. Let's pull it up. They speak about Jacob separating the flocks in the story of Genesis. In the Genesis story, all right? Let's look at what the flocks were. This is all symbolic of Yaakov splicing their genetics on Ner. Okay? They put the story in Genesis and called him Jacob. They took the Y out of his name. All right? Check him out.
For one, we know that the letter J didn't exist until around the 1500s, right? The same way they put Jacob in there with a J is the same way they put that J word in there, man. Jesus, which we know that's not his real name. His real name is Yahweh Shah in the Hebrew tongue, man. And Yaquab, right, is Jacob, man. We know this. So right off the top, he thinks that we haven't researched this and we don't know what the hell we talking about, man. But let's listen further.
Jacob set apart the young flock by themselves, but made the rest face the street and dark-colored animals that belonged to Laban. Thus he made separate flocks for himself and did not put them with Laban's animals. Jacob separated those lambs from Laban's flock. Okay? Now, hold on.
Now,
How did Jacob...
I wanted to see, but he didn't call it out. But let's see if we can find that. Right? I think that's Genesis 30. 30, right? 25. All right, let's see. Let's see. Laban. Hmm. Uh, let's see some. Let's go back. It said Laban's. I don't. Laban's. Slovakia, because this is pretty crazy. Because this brother is, and this flock is talking about actual animals. It's not colored animals that belongeth to Laban. This is not talking about people, man. Right? Let's say Laban's goat. Genesis 25. Let's just go there. Genesis 30, verse 25. And it says, and it came to pass when Rachel had born Joseph, that Jacob said to Laban, send me away that I may go unto my own place and to my own country. So this is not even talking. I don't know what he's reading. You know? And it says what he's reading there, I don't see in Genesis 30. And I'm reading Genesis 30. So, but if this is talking, if this is not talking about actual people, man. This is talking about animals, right? If I'm not mistaken. But we just gonna listen to this because he says something about Jacob, Yaakov, as he says, which doesn't make any damn sense. Just listen.
Colored animals that belong to Laban. Thus he made separate flocks for himself and did not put them with Laban's animals. Jacob separated those lambs from Laban's flock. Okay? Now, hold on. How did Jacob separate the flock? He separated the dark from the white. That's how he separated the flocks. This is how Jacob separated the flocks.
And I believe he's on Google too.
Okay? Now, so I showed y'all that. Hold on. All right.
Okay. That's a lot, kid. That was my fault. It is in Genesis 30, but it's in verse 40. And let's read. It says Genesis 30 and 37. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar and of the hazel and the chestnut tree and peeled white straights in them and made the white appear which was in the rods. And he set the rods which he had peeled before the flocks in the gutter and the waterings throw when the flocks came to drink, that they should conceive when they came to drink. And the flocks conceived before the rods and brought forth cattle, ring straights speckles, and spotted. These are different types of animals. And Jacob did separate the lambs and set the faces of the flocks toward the ringstrates, and all the brown of the flock of Laban, and he put his own flocks by themselves and put them not until Laban's cattle, because Jacob, he had his own cattle, man. It says, and it came to pass, whensoever the stronger cattle did conceive, that Jacob laid his rods before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. But when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's, man. Right? So, yeah, there was a distinction between the cattle of Jacob's and the cattle of Laban. Why would you want to put yours with Laban if yours was stronger and yours were in good health, other than put it with the weak, you know? And it says, but when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had much cattle, and maidservants, and men servants, and camels, and asses, man. So Jacob's riches basically grew, right? So when you go, let's go. 30. 30 verse, it said, Genesis 30, right? And verse 40. Yeah. So basically, yeah, I was looking at something real quick, Salakia Israel. But yeah, that's basically going into how Jacob got rich through his cattle, the way he took care of his cattle. You know, he had to come and take care of Laban's cattle because Laban's cattle was weak, so he had to basically build up his cattle. You know, that's not talking about men. That's not talking about uh uh actually human beings. You know, actual human beings. So let's continue though.
Okay, so now I showed y'all that real quick, so we can continue. So I showed y'all that real quick. We can continue. All right. So Jacob separated the flocks. Okay. So let me go back to what we was at about the winter solstice, and we talk about the 40th night, right? All right. So in the biblical part in Genesis, when they talk about Jacob separating the flocks, remember there were no J's back then. His real name was Yakub. That's only telling you the story about when I told y'all how Yakub, Satan, Zeus, same person, he spliced the cell, and by splicing the cells within us, our black and our goddesses, he removed the mitochondria and discovered two germs, a black and a brown germ, and he spliced those germs and discovered by getting to the nucleus that there were 48 different variations of the shade black, 16 shades of black, 16 different shades of brown, and 16 different shades of yellow that exist.
So as you can see, this brother has no idea what the hell he's talking about, man. He's talking about the nucleus and the black and brown germ, and it was spliced by Yakub and this. Hey, brother, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, man.
Inside the mitochondrial DNA, which is inside the nucleus and the membrane that's inside our cells. All right. This why they said Jacob separated the flocks. That's when Yakub was going through eugenics. That's they telling you.
Still not proven how so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not Israelites. It's not proven that they are not Israelites. He's going into some scientific the elements and the energy breakdown right here, man, which has nothing to do with the topic.
The story in secrecy in the Bible. Now remember, Jacob then later wrestled with an angel. We are the angels. Remember that. So when Jacob wrestled with an angel, Jacob is Yakub. Yakub is Satan. That's the same story of when we whooped they motherfucking ass, nigga, for trying to create them. We whooped Jacob's ass. Let me talk in their code. We whooped Jacob's ass for trying to separate those flocks, nigga.
So he said Jacob got his ass whooped, right? By the angel. Let's read that. This is Genesis chapter 32, right? Genesis 32. I'm going to start at Genesis 32. I'm going to start at 20. It says, and say ye, moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterwards I will see his face. Peradventure he will accept of me. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. And he arose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 woman servants and his 11 sons and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook and sent over that he had. Right? This is the point. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Now, this man that he wrestled was an angel. So he's right about that. Jacob did wrestle an angel. But let's see if Jacob got his ass whooped. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go except thou bless me. So the angel, he basically knocked Jacob's hip out of joint, out of place, but Jacob still held him. And the angel was kind of surprised. He was like, man, I'm overpowered. I broke this man's joints, yet he's still wrestling with me, right? So it says, and he said, Salakia, he said, verse 26, and he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go except thou bless me. So Jacob told the angel, I'm not letting you go until you bless me. Right? Verse 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, the angel, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with the Most High and with men, and has prevailed. So Jacob didn't get his ass whooped. Jacob prevailed. And in his prevailing, the angel said, this is how I'm going to bless you. Your name will no more be called Jacob. Your name will be called Israel. What does Israel mean? That means you are a prince with the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So this is the sons of the Most High, man. So if Jacob was getting his ass whooped, he wouldn't have got it wouldn't have said that he prevailed. Right? For not making them. That's what he said. We whooped y'all ass for not making them. This brother don't know what he's talking about, man.
Yes, we did. That's why they told you, and that great serpent Satan was cast out of heaven. And that's why they also told you in Jacob's story, and Jacob later, after separating the flocks, his ass went and wrestled with an angel, nigga. All right? So, when he wrestled with that angel, then he took on the name Israel. So the Israelites will be the children of Jacob.
Exactly. What y'all who? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right?
There are 12 tribes of Israel, right? There are 13 original bloodlines, right? It's really 12. Satan makes the original bloodline. 13. Okay? So
basically, 12 tribes of Israel is ran by Satan. That's the bloodline that the Israelites come from, Satan.
The 12 tribes of Israel is symbolic of the 13 bloodlines, 12 plus 1. The 12 tribes plus Satan, the originator, who created them. All right? So you can't say...
It said that Jacob, which had 12 sons, he is the prince that has the power with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's the prince of the power. Who's the power? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not Satan. Satan is controlled by who? The Most High, Yahweh, right?
You're a Hebrew Israelite because you're saying you're one of your human beings. Israel is Jacob. Remember that. He changed his name after wrestling with us, after getting his ass whooped. See what I'm saying? Then he changed his name to Israel. And the reason they told you he changed his name to Israel is because Satan took on 1,000,000 names after we whooped his ass. He turned himself to Zeus. His real name is Zeus. After we whooped his ass, then he turned his name because he a bitch. So he tried to hide behind names. He's a bitch. So what he did was he started going under Satan and Yakub and Prometheus and Enlil and, you know, all these other names and shit like we don't know this is bitch ass. You see what I'm saying? We know that's you, bitch ass little boy. See what I'm saying? Hiding behind these names. And that's what they telling you about in the Bible when they say Jacob wrestled with an angel. And after wrestling with an angel, he changed his name to Israel.
The angel changed his name. Jacob didn't change his name. The angel changed his name to Israel. Not Jacob.
Israelites would be the children of Jacob. So the human beings are the true Israelites, nigga.
He said the human beings are the true Israelites. The Bible says something else. The Bible says something else. Because it tells you in the Bible that the children of Israel is a people. It's not human beings. It's not everybody. It's a particular people that are the children of Israel, that are the true Jews. Right? Let's see something. So this is Leviticus, right? Leviticus 26, verse 46. And it reads, "These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses." Was Moses dealing with everybody? Was Moses dealing with all human beings? Or did Moses come to Pharaoh and say, "Let my people go"? And who were Moses' people? Because Moses is a son of Jacob. Moses is a son of Jacob. He comes from the tribe of Levi, one of the sons of Jacob. Right? And Moses was sent by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to release who out of Egypt? Israelites, the nation of Israel. Right? Moses didn't come for the Egyptians. They are human beings. Right? So why didn't Moses come for the Egyptians if they are human beings? This is showing you that the Israelites are a particular people on the earth, man. And what? What does it say? The Israelites will be given what? Verse 46 again. "These are the statutes and judgments and laws." Right? Laws. "Which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses." So the Israelites were given the law. The Israelites were the only ones that were given the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because those are the people that the Most High is dealing with. The Most High is not dealing with every human being. Right? Not on the same level. The Most High is dealing with human beings to destroy them. And he's dealing with human beings to bring salvation unto them. Right? So from there, let's get Deuteronomy. This is going to show you who the Israelites are, right? Right? Because it don't say human beings in the Bible. It doesn't say that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that, Salakia, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and the book of Deuteronomy was written by Moses, right? And it tells you who the Most High told Moses to come for when we were in Egypt, right? It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. The commandments are the law, right? That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, man. So it tells you whoever these people are, whoever the Israelites are, if they kept the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that they will be set on high. Now we're going to jump to 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? So whoever the Israelites are, not everybody, not human beings, a particular people, if they did not listen to the laws and keep the laws, or if they did not listen to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that they were going to be cursed, right? They were going to be cursed. What's one curse? Let's jump to 64. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. Who is scattered among all people? Who is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth? Who's in China, Russia, Ukraine? Who's in Japan? Who's in Afghanistan? Who's in Iran? Who's in America? Who's throughout every country on the earth, man? It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right? What's the wood? Right? What's the wood? Christianity. Right? The cross. We will be heavily in Christianity, man. What's the stone? Being a Muslim, being in Islam. What people are in these religions that's not theirs? Worshiping white Jesus, worshiping Caesar Borgia, right? Worshiping a stone, right? What people? Don't know? Let's go even further, right? It says 65, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. What people don't have rest wherever they go, man? What people are being persecuted? What people are being shot dead in the street? What people have the laws set against them wherever they are? What people are hated because of the color of their skin, right? What people are hated because they are not like any other people on the earth, man. Who are the best cooks? Who are the top athletes, right? Who make the best music? Who dress the best? Who look the best? Right? Who? Why? Because we are the salt of the earth, right? We make everything seasoned. We make everything look good, man. Even in our wickedness. Right? So it says, but the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, man. Who are the top and the top nation that's dealing with depression, stress, anxiety, right? What people? Don't know. This is going to be the nail in the coffin for you, Rashad Jamal, divine sight. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, right? So what were we doing in Egypt during the time of Moses? We were slaves. That's why Moses went to Pharaoh through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, telling Pharaoh to let his people go because we were serving hard bondage in the land of Egypt, man. But the Most High said what? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, into slavery, the house of bondage, because that's what the word Egypt means, right? Slavery or bondage, again with ships. What people came to America on slave ships, man? So-called Negroes and Latinos, man, and Native Americans, right? We are the only people that came on into slavery on slave ships, man. It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Right? So the same way Moses said it would happen and the Most High said it would happen, is the same way it happened, man. It says, thou shalt see it no more again. We won't see our homeland again. What's our homeland? Israel. Right? Jerusalem. Right? It says, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Weren't we sold? Weren't we sold? Divine insight. Weren't we sold? Weren't your ancestors sold here? Huh? Come on, brother. It's telling you who the Israelites are. The Israelites are not human beings. If you want to say human beings, it's a particular human being. It's particular human beings, which are so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And Israel was a people before it was a place, man. Just to throw that side note in there. It said, and ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Who were we sold to? The so-called white man. By the hand of who? The so-called Africans and Arabs, man. It tells you that in the book of Joel. It says, for bondmen, and slave women, right? And bond women, Salakia, slave women, right? It says, and no man shall buy you. No man is going to redeem us, man. This is why we live in roach, rat, and spider infested apartments and neighborhoods, man. The areas with the highest crime rate, it tells you that's a curse. Let's get that. Verse 16, Deuteronomy 28:16. Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field, man. Weren't we cursed in the field? Ain't we cursed in the city? Ain't we dealing with we can't even live in our neighborhoods no more? It's crime infested. You can't come through there a certain time of the night. You might get robbed. Right? You can't have nothing. You won't prosper. You know, the Most High said that would be a curse. We shall not prosper in our ways. Right? Nothing that we put our minds to or come up with, we're not going to prosper in those, man. Right? Oh, what about black on black crime? That's in there too. So-called black on black crime. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, because we used to be delicate and tender amongst each other, man. We used to have care for one another. Right? But what happened? His eye shall be evil towards his brother. Right? So now we have an evil eye to our brothers. We hate to see our brothers get something. Right? We plot on each other. We sneak each other. We deal deceitfully with each other. Hey, this is not everybody. This is not human beings. This is the children of Israel. These are signs that will happen to the Israelites if they do not obey the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. So when Jacob divided his flock from Laban's flock, that's not talking about people, man. That's talking about actual animals, man. Right? But the true Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So I got one more. I'm going to close out. This is Psalms chapter 78. Right? Psalm 78, right? Verse 5. Right? Psalm 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob. Jacob is who? Israel. You said that. And appointed a law in Israel, a law. So the Israelites were only the only ones that were given the law, not human beings. It's a particular. If you want to say human beings, it's particular human beings, ones that were set apart, because the Israelites are the highest of all people. Matter of fact, that's going to be my last one. I'm going to close out with that. It says, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. So our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? All right, and this will be my last one, because this is showing you that all people on the earth are not the same. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art holy people. Who are holy? The Israelites. Holy means to be separate. So you're separate. The Israelites are separate from everybody else. Unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people. Because we are special, like I broke down earlier. We are the best at everything we put our hands to. Nobody is topping us in anything. Right? Anything. That's how special we are. Right? And it says, unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. So the Israelites are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. There's nothing about no germ, the black and brown germ that was spliced by Yaakov, Satan. Brother, what you're saying is that the chosen people, the righteous people, are controlled by Satan. Their seed line goes back to Satan. That's what you're saying, brother. You need to do some more research and stop just blurting things out, brother. You know? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Hey, Israel, you are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are Israelites. You are nothing else. You're not black, right? We're not black people, man. We are the Israelites. So, hey, Israel, repent. Seek Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Hey, we almost out of here, man. Shalom, Israel. Love y'all. Until next time.